we've reorganized our business over the last 6 months. We have a new CEO who joined the business in October last year. And on a review of the business, it became clear that we need to focus our organizational structure around our customers, whereas in the past our organizational structure was focused very much internally and was probably quite difficult for our customers to understand. So what we have now is a division focused on defense and aerospace, because those customers are very unique and different in their needs. And then we have a marine division, for which I'm the managing director. So what we want to do by doing that, what we want to do is to make sure that our organization is focused on the specific needs of our end user customers. What we're also doing in my organization then is creating a marketing function that will focus on creating value propositions and solutions for the many segments within our industry, because there isn't a single solution that fits the entire industry. We know that different vessel owners have different needs. So for example, cruise vessels and cruise vessel owners have different needs to perhaps oil and gas operators, and they may have different needs, for example, to tanker operators. So it's important that we take our very strong product capability and our product development, and we turn that into offers and solutions that match the needs of those industries. And those needs are obviously driven to some extent by price. Some segments are much more driven by price than others, but they're also driven by a need for compliance, and not just compliance for the sake of having a certificate, but compliance to ensure that our customers can operate in a legal way, in the correct way, wherever they may travel. That the other core need is safety, and we all want to operate safety. We take safety very seriously. We provide safety equipment and we service safety equipment for our customers. We hope that our customers never have to use that equipment, but if they do have to use it, we want to be absolutely certain that it does the job that it's intended to do. So safety is another very important need within the customer base. And the third need is to protect reputations. And to some industries and to some customers, that matters more than to others. So for big cruise operators or for big oil and gas companies, that may matter more than it might matter to a small operator of perhaps cargo vessels. So each segment in the industry has a different need, and our organization is being structured to design offers that match those needs, and also then to provide the service in an easy way and a quick way to our customers that allows them to operate their vessels with safety, with compliance, protecting their reputation, but in a way that doesn't take up unnecessary amounts of time, so that they can continue to serve their customers in the way they want to serve them. So look, we're talking about, first of all, we have a very important business in Norway. So that's one of the reasons why we're in North Shipping. We acquired a part of the Wilhelmsen business in 2016. But the Norwegian market's a very important market for us. So that's one reason why we're here. It's a very important opportunity to meet customers from around the world, and for our teams to engage with those customers and listen to them. For someone like me, I've been in the business 3 months. It's a wonderful opportunity for me to look around all the amazing aspects of the marine industry and to learn, and then also to convey and to communicate to our customers what we're doing. And how we're going about things. So 2 things we're launching at this event is a new davit that will support our lifeboat servicing and our raft servicing. And the other thing we're going to talk about is the SOLAS 360 concept. We launched a concept a while back, which you can see there, which is on our stand, which talks about our ability and our desire to support our customers as a single point of contact for the supply and maintenance for all of their life-saving equipment on board. So we have 4 key areas where we can do that: life rafts, lifeboats, fire servicing and safety products. And we can provide all or some of those things in combination to our customers to provide a package solution to help them save time, to help them be sure that they're dealing with a company that has the knowledge and the scale and the product heritage that we have, and we can provide them as a single source of reliable supply for those products and services. So that's another thing that we're here to talk about as well. What you might also see on the stand is a reference to our Sea Haven product, which is in testing at the moment. So we've done some heavy weather sea testing, sea trials on the product, but it's essentially a lifecraft product for the cruise industry that we believe will provide greater levels of safety, better speed of operation, and therefore will allow us to help our customers in that industry achieve their safety and compliance and reputation goals that I talked about earlier. So the first thing is, I think it's very important to understand as a vessel owner or an operator what the quality is of the product you're buying. It's important to know how it's manufactured, how it's tested, what regulatory standards it meets, and to satisfy yourself that it does the job that you want it to do in the very unfortunate eventuality that it needs to be used. Remember that, hopefully a lot of this equipment doesn't get used, so it may not be a huge risk of failure on the vessel, but when that risk of failure occurs on the vessel, then it's really important that the equipment works. So you have to satisfy yourself that the equipment works. So that's point number one. Point number two is to make sure that you get that equipment serviced by a properly accredited and approved supplier. So for example, on life rafts, please make sure that you do get your maintenance certificate and your service certificate from either the OEM or from a service centre that is approved by the OEM. That certificate is really important, because if you get it serviced by someone who is not approved, then from a legal perspective, all of the liability of a failure of that equipment sits with you, the vessel owner. So that has an impact. The first impact is you don't want to be responsible for the loss of a life. So you want to make sure that the equipment works properly. And the biggest thing and the most horrible thing that I can imagine for anyone is to feel responsible for the loss of a human life. Secondly, from a commercial perspective, you want to make sure that in your contracts with your customers, any liabilities that you may have resulting from operating a non-compliant product do not exist. So you want to make sure that you are compliant legally. And the third thing is, from an insurance perspective, if you have an accident and there is a failure and there is some form of payment to be made, that your insurance company can be satisfied that you've used the right supplier to maintain your equipment. Now, for life rafts, that has to be the OEM. For fire servicing, that has to be someone who's approved by the regulator, and similarly for lifeboats. So, in summary, please buy good quality equipment. Please make sure it's properly maintained, and please make sure you get it regularly serviced. And having a certificate, which is a piece of paper, isn't enough. Please make sure it's done properly, because none of us want to be responsible for the loss of a life or for a very bad injury, when it could very easily be avoided. I think our key message is, from an industry perspective, safety, safety, safety. Please make sure you put safety first. Please buy compliant products and make sure that they're properly maintained. And if you need that level of quality, and if you need global footprint, and if you need service levels, then as SURVITEC we would be very, very happy to talk to you, to meet your needs, and to provide you the levels of service of which we know we're capable.